My Auntie Helen, big eyes closed, resting, curly hair white, body moving silently. My Auntie Helen, big eyes sparkling, joy embracing, love flowing, lips smiling. My Auntie Helen, spirit tender, body fragile, face glowing, love emanating. My Auntie Helen, passing breath, quiet body, speaking softly. My Auntie Helen, loving, loving always, always laughing, always joyful. I am remembering you, always smiling joyfully at everyone. My Auntie Helen, spirit passing, smiling, loving us always. You love the world so much. We are so grateful.
Okay, well, many of you know how much my mother loved the Yiddish language, and the definition of famished is that Ben, Greg, and I arrived to my mom's funeral with, early with some time to spare. Unfortunately, we went to Shir Shalom instead of here. What more can I say? Mike Wilk is, a harmless car accident. Anyway, so it's famished. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for, that means kind of mixed up and crazy. Thank everyone for coming to this last get-together for my mom. It might, you have probably noticed that we have a Detroit Tigers theme here, and you will learn a little bit more about this as time goes on. It probably seems like it's a bat mitzvah where, we have a theme, Helen's Tigers something or other, but it's of course a different kind of transition that we are talking about and celebrating. So many of you know that my mom was a lifelong and fanatic Tigers fan, and as the family thought about it during the time of her dying and afterwards, a Tigers baseball metaphor seemed like the way to tell her story, and in particular the last few days of her life. So, and I'm not giving away anyone else's material. We will get to this. To my mom, life was always a great, great adventure. She lived 91 years, and she was active and independent to the end. The burden she placed on me was that of a feather. She may have hit you else, the rest of you up for all kinds of stuff, but I got away with it. Anyway, to use the baseball metaphor, she went into the last month of the season still in contention, still having something to play for in September, as they say in baseball talk. Get into September with something still to play for. In the ultimate game of the season, the game went deep, deep into extra innings. In her final at bat, she took the count to a full 3-2, and then she fouled off a lot of pitches. Anyway, finally she went down swinging. She died with her family, her extended family, and I will say in reference to Stefan, who is playing the keyboard here, hyper-extended family. She died with everybody around her, and it was truly a perfect game. Honestly, I have to tell you that in the aftermath, I feel more inspired than grieving, and so I want to say thank you, Mom, and I love you forever.
Well, I'm facing the daunting task of summarizing my experience with my grandmother in a short speech, fully aware that this short speech can never really capture the profound impact she had on all of our lives. Grandma Helen was not just a model on how to be a great grandmother, but indeed how to be a great human being. Her love and devotion to her family and friends was unparalleled. She encouraged us all to pursue our passions and dreams, work our butts off, and live our lives passionately and without regret. Her worldliness, love of travel, and curiosity about the world at large is a trait I am proud to have inherited from her. She believed wholeheartedly in her 3 grandchildren, myself, Ben, and Sarah, and our artistic talents. And for me as a musician, she was fully supportive of my pursuits, no matter what genre, medium, or musical instrument I chose. In the last few years, I've been playing her my compositions, bouncing ideas off her and getting feedback in order to, find out what sort of impact music I'm making in the 21st century might have on somebody who grew up in the 30s and 40s. And she genuinely loved everything I played for her, which made me think maybe I'm doing something right. For me, my brother, and my father, we've never known a world without Grandma Helen. And truthfully, the impact she has left on me, I may not fully understand for decades. But I'm honored, humbled, and blessed to possess a lifetime of wonderful memories about my amazing Grandma Helen. Thank you.
Our Aunt Jenna sent an email to the 5 of us. How sad to know we won't be able to see or talk to Helen again. Although we spoke infrequently, I miss her already. I could always see the girl in her when she spoke. She was delightful. And though she didn't avoid difficult topics, I loved the way she could gracefully circle back to the light, always. I used to hang up the phone and think about how much she always cheered me up. Of course, she was passionate about all of you. To her, you are perfection personified, each and every one of you. And I loved her total immersion in the subjects we would discuss, baseball, movies, etc. She always wanted to know what I was up to, and she was a good listener. The last time we spoke, I was telling her about a new diet-based treatment for MS I have started. She asked me to send her the information on a postcard. I don't know if she had a chance to share it with Susan, Ben and Greg's mom, but I will never forget that during our last talk, her thoughts were for how she could help someone else. What a beauty. I wish I was there with all of you. My thoughts are, love you all. Jenna. And on my own behalf, I just wanted to say that Helen was an inspiration, a very loving person, absolutely open-hearted. She embraced everyone who came into her life with an open heart. She embraced me as a grandchild, and she embraced all of you into her life as well. I'm glad to have known her.